rejected it, but
It's okay. It's not called
DJing?
Yeah.
I actually started DJing back in like 1980, 81, around that era. So,
Way before
right,
you.
a lot of-
Way before your time, Dame.
and how I started was a friend of mine. He just had. I was home, and I was listening to songs on the radio. My father had whatever, and I would do pause mixes. And DJs know what I'm.
I remember those.
Pause mixes.
I remember those.
So I started that way, and what really got me interested in DJing was back in like 1980. I started going to parties, and one of the biggest parties I went to was the poly discos back then. I don't know if you guys remember that, but poly discos were really, really big back then, and the energy in that building was tremendous to me. And the music that they were playing, it was a lot of prelude stuff, South Soul stuff, and Lolita Holloway, artists like that. And I was intrigued by that. So I started playing with the music. And then a buddy of mine lived up the street from me. He invited me over to his house. He said, look, this is what I got. He had a mixer and 2 turntables. And I played, and he said, go ahead and play around with him. So I played around with him for about 2 hours, and I played one song for 2 hours, and that was the Message by Grandmaster Flash. I mixed it for 2 hours.
Well, that song is almost 2 hours long by itself anyway.
So that was the beginning of it, and I was hooked ever since.
Okay.
So then I started doing a lot of the parties in my neighborhood. So anybody had a party, they would call me and my buddy, his name's Eric, and they would call me and him, and we would come and we would play at their parties, and that's how it started. And then, as the years went by, I started doing more and more parties in neighborhoods and then across the city of Baltimore. And one night I was at the Vulcan Blazers. It was a hot spot on Friday night. So I was there on a Thursday night. It was a hot spot on Thursday night, so I was there on a Thursday night. I'm dancing on the dance floor. And the girl I was dancing with, she said, have you been to the new club? And I said, no, what new club? She said, it's the Baltimore Oak Tree. I said, okay, well, where's that? She said, that's the Chaps. Used to be on Pulaski Highway. And I used to go to Chaps on Wednesday nights. And Pumpin' Paul was the DJ, and I liked his sound, and I liked the sound of the club. So I went down there the next night and party and approached the DJ, and I said, you look like you could use some help, because they had brought him down from D.C., and he was an older guy. And I said, well, you look like you could use some help. Give me a call, And he said, okay, I'm going to call you. So I went back down there. The next night, Saturday night, partied again and went right to the DJ booth and said, are you going to call me or what? He said, I'm going to call you. So Sunday he called me, and he said, look, we're going to have tryouts. And I said, okay, tryouts? I don't know nothing about tryouts. So it was interesting because when I was going to Chaps, there was a bartender that I noticed. His name was Steve Calandro, and he was the bartender at the time. But when the club changed to the Oak Tree, he was now the manager. So when we had tryouts, it was a number of DJs. It was like 5 DJs there, and you only had like 10 minutes to play, 10 or 15 minutes to play. And what I played was the music that he was used to hearing when it was Chaps. So they picked me. And I played there for like 2.5 years every Friday and Saturday night since then. So that was the beginning.